Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to some assemblage required video. I am going to be using some stitching, doing some stitching on my layout today using a stitching template that is actually not available in the shop. It was one that was done for a retreat. So if you retreat with some assemblage required, sometimes you get these kind of cool things. But thought I'd go ahead and feature it today because it also features the starter set needle minder. You can see it at the top of my screen there. Actually, that one is also from a retreat, but they come in all different kinds of covers. So there's sunflowers, hibiscus, I think roses. I'm not even sure. I know there's 2 sunflowers and 2 hibiscus, but there's also, I think, roses and I don't know, something else. I can't remember. But it looks like that little wooden piece that's at the top with the trees on it. It holds your needles, and it also comes with the stitching starter set also comes with a pad to do the piercing. So piercing pad, you're going to see me pull out 2 piercing pads that I have. One is a custom one from a retreat. The other is the one that comes in the starter set. And it also comes with 2 stitching templates that have a bunch of different stitches on them. Just not the stitch that I'm using today. So I thought I would go ahead and feature that that stitching starter set again in my video since I'm doing stitching today. I am also using some irresistibles I think is what they're called, from 49 in Market. They are like a rub-on, but they are just white. And I know that seems kind of weird, but when you go ahead and rub your ink over the top of them, it resists the ink. So it's a resist technique, and then you get a really cool image on your piece that you are inking. And I know it's really hard to see mine because my inking is super light, so you're gonna have to wait till the close-ups towards the end to see them. But I've got leaves and flowers on there, and in real life they're really cool. So I apologize that my inking is not a lot darker, so that it's kind of hard to see, but those are really cool. I believe MK actually might even have those in the shop still. So I will put links below for both the irresistibles, and I hope I'm calling them the right thing, as well as the stitching starter set. I was trying to figure out exactly how I wanted my little circles here. I just used a stitched circle die set to create my circles, and I think I'm going to go with a diagonal. I tried the vertical column, I tried going across, but I really liked it just like this. And then those little tassels are from the Vicky Boutin Artful Moments, or Artful Memories, Artful Moments set. It is one of the laser cut elements, and it's not going to stay there. It's going to get moved up to the upper left hand corner. The ephemera that I'm using here is also from the same collection, and I really like it. I think it looks really cool. The paper is also from the Artful Moments collection. I think it's Artful Moments. I probably should look. It's Artful Moments. Yes. Okay. So I'm also using my distressor, my edge distressor from MK's shop, Some Assemblage Required, to distress these circles and pretty much everything else that's on this page, because once I start distressing on a page, I usually try to finish it out that way. So lots of distressing going on, and those are still available in the shop as well. So the nice thing about them is that they're super chunky to hold in your hand. So if you are someone who struggles, you know, with the little tiny quarter-sized ones, this one is amazing. Highly recommend it. And, you know, if you've got arthritis or carpal tunnel or any of those things that, you know, make it difficult to grip, or any other thing that makes it difficult to grip, I highly recommend it. So I know that it's been a lifesaver for me. So I'm just going to go ahead and put all my photos down here. And if you're wondering what those photos are of, it is the middle of the 3 kids that I take care of. We all went to the park right by their house. There's actually 3 parks right by their house within walking distance. And we had heard that this one was flooded, and so the kids wanted to go and check it out. So we actually rode, well, they rode their bikes and I walked. And we went down to the park, and lo and behold, it was flooded. It was flooded quite a bit. In the close-ups of the photos, it is over ankle deep for the girls, probably almost halfway up Walker's calves, my little guy's calves. Yeah, and I told them, let's try not to get wet, you guys. We just came down here to see. And before I knew it, I turned around and my little guy was riding his bike in it. So all bets were off. And so, yeah, that's what it ended up with. There is the piercing pad for that comes with the stitching starter set, the one that says some assemblage required on it. The other one that is under my paper a little bit more is the custom one, or the exclusive one. I shouldn't say custom, it's exclusive. It was an exclusive at one of our retreats. Anyway, I went ahead and did my piercing, and I did my stitching off camera, so it's got a nice little scalloped edge there, and I think it looks super cute. Back to the photos. Yeah, I said, you know what, all bets are off. Go ahead, get wet. We'll just go home when we're all done. Just remember, you guys got to make it home. You got to ride your bikes home. And if you're soaking wet and cold, that's what happens. And so they all decided they're not big on complaining about those kind of things. So they all decided to go down the slide and land in the water, and the little guy ended up landing on his tush in the water. So he was wet up to his waist. The girls were really only up to probably their knees by the time they were done tromping around and splashing in it. Going down the fireman's pole and landing and all that kind of stuff. But they had a great old time, and were super wet and cold by the time we got home. So they all got nice warm baths and changed, and we went about our day for the rest of the day. But yeah, they had a good old time. So I will be using the photos of the other two kids in other videos later in the week or next week. I don't remember how I have them lined up for the week, but I will be featuring their photos later. So it was a fun day. You're going to see a few different ways to use the photos, because they're not going to look the same as what I'm doing here. This is my girly girl, and so she's getting a girly girl layout. I decided to go ahead and do some stitching across where these tassels are, right above the actual die cut line. Which it does make it a little bit thicker, but it actually also adds a lot of texture, and I really like that. Since I had the scallop stitching, I went ahead and did this stitching. Now, I didn't use a guide for this just because it was a unique curve for that little tassel piece, and so I just followed along with the line of the tassels. So I went ahead and did that. And then I came back. I did all of this at a retreat. So my desk is a disaster. Some of my this video is not bad, but one of the other videos, I lost a lot of the footage. Sometimes when I'm at a retreat and things get going, you kind of forget to turn things on, like your recording device, or you get interrupted, and when you come back, you might have recorded 3 hours of video, or you come back and get started and you didn't turn the video on. So sometimes that happens. So one of my videos, I definitely is missing quite a bit of footage, but I will still walk you through what I've done later. So now I'm back at home. You can tell because my desk is clean and my glass mat is different. So I decided I wanted to add a little bit more in this upper left-hand corner, just to bring the yellow and the pink up there. So I went ahead and brought in the little offcut piece from the pink strip under the photos. That is actually the branding strip from this paper. And so I brought that in up above, and then a little piece that I cut off of the bottom little yellow pocket that's above the photos. I brought that in as well. Now I went ahead and did some stitching up here, and I hadn't completely unpacked yet, so I didn't have my stitching guide out, which was really unfortunate because my scallops could have looked a lot better, but I did 3 little scallops up here, and then I did a line across the top. I actually started with the line across the top, thought it needed something more, so I added the scallops. Um, is it my best work? Probably not, but I think it's fine. She's not gonna know the difference. Probably only it's only gonna bother me probably, but it's our secret, right? Uh, and so I kind of wish I hadn't put the top line in, but that was the first portion that I did. I kind of wish it would just had the scallops, but it is what it is. And then I went and found my enamel dots, which I hadn't taken to the retreat with me, and I added some of those, some kind of clear, creamy colored ones that kind of pull in more of the yellow. And so I've put in some around the big circles that are in the 2 clusters, and then I'm adding them on every other tassel. And I did that because I only had enough to do uh, every other tassel, or I would have had to mix sizes. But that's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. I'm going to do some journaling on that little card because this was the day I was with them. I just didn't show you that on camera. But there are the Irresistibles, and I really love how they look. They're really pretty, and they add a lot of texture and beauty to the layout. So highly recommend those. Again, I'll throw a link down below for you for that. If you have questions or comments, leave them down below. And I will be back again with another video on Friday. So I will see you then. Take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.